Woodburn China podcast with me, Christina Kohler-Coluccia from Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. Our daily episodes on solving your China business pain points are there to help China leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs with the daily struggles they may be facing while setting up and operating in China. We look at corporate administrative battles such as tax planning, incorporation, accounting, human resource, and labor, as well as cultural and language nuances that may occur. I hope you enjoy the episode. Today we're going to be looking at what does year-end compliance in China entail. So let's take a look. Year-end compliance in China refers to the various financial and regulatory obligations that businesses in China need to fulfill at the end of the fiscal year. In China, the fiscal year is from January to December. Now, these obligations ensure that companies are in compliance with Chinese laws and regulations, and there are various aspects related to that. The first one is in relation to the financial reporting, right? You need to produce a set of annual financial statements, including a balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statements, in accordance with Chinese accounting standards. The next is an audit. You have to do a financial audit. Many companies in China are required to have their financial statements audited by a certified public accountant. This audit is typically required for larger companies, and the audited financial statements are submitted to relevant authorities. It's important to note that there is no law stating you have to do an audit in China. However, it's kind of a vicious circle. When you then move on to your annual tax compliance, annual inspection obligations, or even your dividend repatriation, one of the boxes that needs to be ticked within the online filing or the filing with your tax bureaus is whether you've done an audit, whether you have the ability to submit an audit. My point of view on this is even in your startup phase, it is best to have a clean set of books and audits that are associated with those books. So from the get-go, invest in making sure that you have the audits for every single year of operation, that it's clean cut and clear, and you have an internal guideline on that. The third is tax compliance. Now, annual tax filings are required. One of them, the biggest one, is for profits tax, but you also have value-added tax, individual income tax. And you need to basically report your annual financial results and pay any outstanding tax liabilities, or also see whether you have any credit with the tax bureaus, meaning you've paid too much tax throughout the fiscal year. So this annual tax filing requirement for individual income tax and profits tax is a must. Annual inspection with the authorities. Now, depending on the location of your company, depending on when your company was actually incorporated, you may have to go an annual inspection with the local administration of market regulation or the Industry and Commerce Bureau to ensure compliance with business licenses and permits. You also, at the same time, need to submit statistical data to 6 other government offices, including the State Administration of Foreign Exchange, regarding your business throughout the year. And they use this statistical data for the general statistical data for the country. The next is the employee-related obligations. You've got year-end payroll and benefits. Companies obviously need to process year-end payroll, bonuses, benefits for their employees. This includes the calculation and payment of year-end bonuses, if any, and understanding that there is a specific tax formula associated with bonuses, and that formula can only be used once a year. The next is corporate governance. Annual general meetings of shareholders are required to discuss and approve financial statements, dividend distributions, and other important things as well. There may be, depending on where you're based, other regulatory requirements that might be industry specific, regionally specific, such as environmental, safety, labor regulations, etc. Then obviously comes the big point, which is preparation of the upcoming year, planning and budgeting for the next fiscal year, setting strategic goals, preparing for any anticipated regulatory changes. We are now officially mid-October, and this is why I wanted to highlight this topic, because it is something that people should think about as they are gearing up to the end of the fiscal year. Start understanding what the requirements are from your tax officers, from your industry and commerce bureaus, so that you can create a timeline of when submissions have to be made within the 2024 fiscal year for the 2023 fiscal year. It is advisable to just stay updated on any of the latest regulations. And obviously, if you don't have the resources, look into working with local professionals who can give you this guidance and give you the idea of the full compliance procedures. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. Can Woodburn help you? I am offering a free 30-minute call where we discuss the obstacles you are encountering on your China business journey and how we can help accelerate your success. The link to my diary is in the show notes, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.